Analyzing Austen's subtle humor in romance writing. Analyzing Austen's subtle humor in romance writing. When it comes to romance writing, Jane Austen is often regarded as one of the masters of the genre. Her ability to effortlessly blend wit, satire, and romance has captivated readers for centuries. What sets Austen apart is her unique and subtle humor, which adds depth and charm to her stories. In this article, we will delve into Austen's use of humor to analyze how it enhances the overall reading experience in her celebrated romance novels. Austen's humor is not the overt, slapstick kind that one might commonly associate with comedy. Instead, it is a clever and understated form of wit that shines through her characters and their interactions. She uses humor as a tool to poke fun at the follies and absurdities of her society, often disguising sharp critiques behind amusing dialogue and situations. One of the ways Austen employs humor is through her sharp and often biting dialogue. Characters in her novels engage in witty banter and verbal sparring, which not only entertains readers but also reveals their personalities and relationships. Take, for example, Pride and Prejudice, where the acerbic exchanges between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy are perfect examples of Austen's clever humor. Their initial encounters are marked by Elizabeth's sarcastic comments and Darcy's aloofness, which eventually give way to an engaging battle of wits. Their verbal sparring showcases Austen's ability to weave humor into romantic relationships, making them more vibrant and relatable. Another aspect of Austen's subtle humor lies in her use of irony and satire. She often subtly mocks the social norms and conventions of her time, highlighting their absurdity through her characters' actions and observations. In Emma, for instance, Austen cleverly depicts the misguided matchmaking attempts of the titular character. Emma's misguided belief in her own abilities as a matchmaker is humorously contrasted with the reality of her misjudgments. Furthermore, Austen expertly employs situational humor to great effect in her novels. She presents her characters with awkward and amusing situations that often arise from misunderstandings or miscommunications. In Sense and Sensibility, the clash between the reserved Elinor Dashwood and the impulsive Marianne Dashwood leads to comedic moments. Marianne's dramatic displays of emotion and Elinor's attempts to keep their family's troubles private result in entertaining and sometimes humorous episodes. Austen uses these situations not only to entertain but also to explore the contrasting personalities and values of her characters, adding depth to the narrative. Austen also exhibits a keen eye for the absurdity and pretensions of the upper classes in her society. She exposes their shallow and superficial behaviors through her humorous portrayals of characters like Mr. Collins in Pride and Prejudice or Sir Walter Elliot in Persuasion. Their exaggerated personalities and ridiculous antics provide comedic relief while simultaneously criticizing the social hierarchies and snobbery prevalent during Austen's time. Additionally, Austen's use of irony extends to the narrative structure of her novels. She often sets up expectations only to subvert them, leading to surprising and humorous outcomes. In Northanger Abbey, for example, Austen satirizes Gothic novels by initially presenting the protagonist, Catherine Morland, as someone who indulges in fantastical imaginings. This clever shift in tone serves to amuse readers and challenge the popular literary conventions of the time. Through her skillful use of humor, Austen elevates the romance genre beyond mere love stories. Her subtle humor adds depth and complexity to her characters and narratives while simultaneously shedding light on the shortcomings of society. By incorporating wit, irony, satire, and situational comedy into her writing, Austen creates a unique reading experience that continues to enthrall readers to this day. Jane Austen's subtle humor in her romance writing is truly remarkable. It sets her apart from other authors in the genre and adds an extra layer of enjoyment for readers. Austen's humor is not obvious or exaggerated, instead, it is cleverly woven into the fabric of her stories and characters. One way Austen employs humor is through her sharp dialogue. Her characters engage in witty banter and clever exchanges that reveal their personalities and create entertaining moments. For instance, in Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy engage in acerbic conversations that show Austen's ability to blend humor with romance. Their verbal sparring adds vibrancy and relatability to their relationship. Irony and satire are also significant components of Austen's subtle humor. She subtly mocks the societal norms and conventions of her time, highlighting their absurdity through her characters' actions and observations. In Emma, Austen mocks the misguided matchmaking attempts of the titular character. Emma's belief in her abilities as a matchmaker is humorously contrasted with her numerous misjudgments. This irony allows Austen to criticize the obsession with finding suitable romantic partners solely based on social status. Austen also uses situational humor effectively in her novels. Awkward and amusing situations arise from misunderstandings or miscommunications, amusing readers along the way. In Sense and Sensibility, Elinor Dashwood's reserved nature clashes with Marianne Dashwood's impulsive behavior, leading to comedic moments. These situations explore the different personalities and values of her characters, adding depth to the narrative. Moreover, Austen has a keen eye for exposing the absurdity and pretensions of the upper classes. Characters like Mr. Collins in Pride and Prejudice or Sir Walter Elliot in Persuasion personify these traits through their exaggerated personalities and ridiculous antics. Austen's humorous portrayals simultaneously provide comic relief and criticize the social hierarchies prevalent in her society. Austen's irony extends to the narrative structure of her novels as well, often subverting expectations for surprising and humorous outcomes. In Northanger Abbey, Austen satirizes Gothic novels by initially presenting the protagonist, Catherine Morland, as someone who indulges in fantastical imaginings. However, Austen cleverly reveals the truth behind the seemingly mysterious occurrences, mocking Catherine's tendency to exaggerate and fabricate dramatic situations. Jane Austen's ability to infuse her romance novels with subtle and clever humor is truly remarkable. Her unique humor sets her apart from other authors in the genre and adds an extra layer of enjoyment for readers. Unlike overt and slapstick comedy, Austen's humor is cleverly woven into the fabric of her stories and characters. One of the ways Austen employs humor is through her sharp dialogue. Her characters engage in witty banter and clever exchanges that reveal their personalities and create entertaining moments.